comments on fertilizer? What's fertilizer? Helps the crops grow. What is it about the fertilizer that helps the crops to grow?
Nutrients.
The nutrients. Okay? The three major nutrients that we hear a lot about are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Plants actually need 17 different nutrients. But they can get most of those from the soil because they don't need it in huge quantities. They can get nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium from the soil too. You look outside into a forest, guess what? Plants grow. There are nutrients there. But in agriculture, we add more nutrients. Why?
Grow more.
We want it to grow a lot, right? And we take the plants out. When we remove the plants, we're removing the nutrients. In the forest, nutrients fall back to the ground and get back into the soil. But in agriculture, we remove nutrients. We need to put nutrients back in. This is a bag of fertilizer called urea, and it has nitrogen in it. 46% nitrogen. Okay? If we needed 100 pounds of nitrogen per acre, I need a calculator from somebody. Ready to calculate something for me? If we needed 100 pounds per acre of nitrogen, we would need 100 divided by 0.46. $100 divided by 0.46 is... Anybody? There's about 30 calculators in this room. Oh, there's one right here too.
40, you said. Say it.
100
It's kind of 5,000 by 23.
divided by 0.46.
100 divided by 0.46. 217.
We would need 217 pounds of urea per acre. I need everybody to hold your hand. This is not granola. This is an organic fertilizer. And this fertilizer has 4% nitrogen. So to get the same amount of nitrogen from that urea, 217 pounds of urea, we would need 100 divided by 0.04. We would need 2,500 pounds per acre. So depending on how concentrated your nitrogen source is, you have to change how much nitrogen or how much of that fertilizer you're putting in. Anybody know what this is?
No, don't.
Smells cool.
Oh, okay. You should even
Manure.
act like it's
Down,
Is it manure?
is it?
down.
Dong. Yeah, I forgot that.
This one also has about 4% nitrogen. This is poultry manure. Okay? So if anybody
Stick it in there.
wants to smell this, or it's not going to kill you. You can hold it.
Okay, so that one was first one is 45%,
46%.
46, and it was called what?
Urea.
46%, and then this one is 40.
That was 4.
Oh,
4%.
and what's this called?
And you
It
all
still
make
hasn't told me.
you all make
This is like
the
pellets.
manure into pellets.
Right. We make the manure into pellets,
I mean, that smells
So
like
it's-
food.
easier to apply. Because when it's all fluffy and whatever, it's difficult to apply. So we get this pelletized.
Good call, man.
Okay, I'm putting this one away. So what's the black stuff?
It smells pretty bad.
This is municipal biosolids. Okay, so what are municipal biosolids? This is the stuff in the wastewater treatment facility.
Wastewater.
Yeah, you know the sewer plant? The sewer plant, right?
It's a good thing you said that after it's already in our hands.
Yes, there's a reason for that. If you would like to,
Sanitizer, please.
now let me tell you about this stuff, because this stuff is, I used to call it humanure, but I don't anymore because I learned. You know what we really need to do is take a field trip to the wastewater treatment facility in December, not in
Not
June.
When it smells really bad
Trust
in the
me,
summer.
not in June. I've been there in July, and I've been there in November. November is a much better time to go. So, the misconception about biosolids is that they're the solids that were removed from the wastewater treatment plant. And that's not what it is. These are actually the microorganisms. So what happens at the wastewater treatment facility is you have intake, and they use a lot of microorganisms to break down the material, the organic material. And as that is broken down, it cleans it up. And then the water, the cleaned water, is then returned back to a stream or to a river, and it gets tested daily, so you know the outflow is clean.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cleaned in terms of disease, in terms of pathogens. But what the wastewater treatment facility does not do, it does not clean out the excess nutrients that we then have problems with in the Gulf of Mexico with hypoxia in the dead zone because of excess nitrogen, excess phosphorus. Okay. So what happens though is when those microorganism populations get too high, because there's this optimum population that we need at the treatment facility, when that population gets too high, you waste a bunch of it into another system, and it's that part that then gets processed additionally and turned into the biosolids. So I don't call it humanure anymore, because it's not. It's actually the microorganisms that, I mean, billions and billions of microorganisms that make up that stuff. Okay? Any questions? All right.
No, as you were talking, I was thinking about when I'm working in my flower bed, which I need to put some more soil in, I open the bag, you think you're in somewhere where you're out where horses are, it just knocks you out. and that stuff is moist. I don't care what time of year you go out there and get a bag of it.
Uh-huh.
And you put it out. One day I was working and my mother was sitting there and she used the word that she calls it. She said, "Oh, get me away from that so-and-so." Ooh, that's SH. And she just flew, I thought, that is what I'm putting in here. It smells just like a horse passing.
Uh-huh.
But it's great.
That's just
That's
that.
good stuff.
Look at that stuff grow.
Flowers love that stuff.
So what is it about that stuff that the plants like?
I call it
Well, you
nutrients.
put it back.
The nutrients are
It's
in
the
there.
nutrients.
Well, you pretty much giving,
Yeah.
putting back what you've taken out.
Right.
It's the same way with cows. How can a brown cow eat green grass and give white milk? So from just thinking about this now, I'm just thinking when the horse eats the grass and it goes through the digestive system and it poops,
Filters
it's
out
just
what it
going
needs.
back
Yeah.
into the earth.
Yeah.
Just
So
like
it's
your
so-
body
it's so-
filters out what it needs, so
Yeah.
will the,
And the body only needs a certain amount of stuff.
and
and
then
the
gets rid of
rest-
the rest.
Gets returned.
And that's what you
Now, if
call
you really
bio.
want to see something grow, watermelon grow really fast, go get the pure form and put it on your plants. They'll just take off.
Uh-huh.
I've done it before.
Pure form.